So here are the tools you're gonna need for this job. Basically all you need is something to take off the wheels. So I just have this ratchet with a 17, and then I have this hammer, a 9mm closed end wrench, 12mm open end wrench, T40 socket, ratchet obviously, 3/8 or whatever you need for the T socket, a 16mm wrench, and then a flathead of some sort. First thing you're gonna wanna do is tighten these guys up. So really all I do is do a couple more turns than snug. So I'll just finger tighten them first and then a couple turns after that. Those nuts are 12mm, and then there's a 9mm nut that goes on after, just so it can't back off. So some of you guys that have watched my videos previously know that I had this bar. It's definitely seen its use, and this grip just kind of started to rip. So I wanted to make a whole new one. Really happy with how it turned out. I just went to my local metal supplier and got some piping, and then we bent the pipe with a pipe bender. Just to mimic this bend, because this was like the perfect size. And then we just tossed on this BMX grip, which is pretty sick. It's got like a Vans shoe design. I think it just fits in with this interior pretty nicely. There are a couple modifications you're gonna need to do when you have one of these pull-up bars so it doesn't lock. So on the stock handbrake, when you pull it up, it'll just lock forward, but you don't want that in like a drift handbrake. As you can see, it just goes right back down. So it kind of acts like a hydro. There's this rod that goes into the handbrake assembly, and as you can see, there's some threading right here. That's where your button, so it'll be like this in there, and your button screws right into there. So you want to unscrew the button, take this rod out. What I did is I removed these 13mm. There's 3 of them, 1, 2, and then there's a third one down there. So really what I did is I removed this entire center console assembly just to make it easier access. And then I removed these nuts right here for the cables, just so I could remove the handbrake. So we got this rod out. That's what you're gonna wanna do, just so you don't have any chances of it locking. And then when you take this rod out, there's a little flap that is right on this thing. So what I did is I just moved the flap over and then just grinded off the teeth on both ends, just so it cannot have any chance of mating with the teeth on there. Yeah, you're definitely gonna wanna do that just so you don't have any questions of it locking on accident. Okay, so the first thing I like to do is get my T40 socket, loosen this bolt up just while everything's on there. So we'll just loosen that guy up. Could be pretty tight. Sometimes they're pretty seized on there if they've never been taken off, so just be wary of that. Definitely don't want to strip this guy out, but if you do end up stripping it out somehow, you can always cut a little flathead slot through it and then get it out that way. But really, you got to be careful with this. When you're putting it back in, just don't tighten it as tight. So next, I like to remove the caliper bolts. I find it easiest to use a 16mm wrench over a ratchet, just because of how it fits in there and everything. So we're gonna show you guys exactly where those are located. Right here you can see there's one, that's for the bottom bolt, and then the top bolt is right here. So this is where the hammer comes in handy. I just like to hold this back here with my finger, just to make sure it doesn't slip off the bolt, and then I just tap it with the hammer just to loosen it up. Same with the bottom. Now that they're both loose, you can basically hold the caliper and loosen the bolts with your fingers. So now we're just gonna take this guy off. If you're really worried about it, you can always zip tie this caliper up or something, but I've always just kind of like let it sit there like that and never really had any issues. So next, you're gonna wanna pull your rotor off, and then you're really gonna wanna examine your handbrake shoes. So these ones still have a little bit of life left. Might need to be changing them out soon. These brake shoes I got from AutoZone. They were like $20, I think, and these have lasted me about 3 months, so not too bad. If you guys have been watching my videos, you know that I pull the handbrake a decent amount of times, so it lasts a good while. 3 months, $20 every 3 months, it's not too bad. I still have plenty of life too, so who knows, maybe this can last like another month or so, but I'm probably gonna start changing them out soon anyway. So now comes for adjusting it. So as you can see right here, there's this little gear thing right here, and basically all that does is it spaces out the shoes, and really all you're gonna wanna do is get the shoes as close to the rotor as possible without touching. So on the passenger side, the gear needs to go downwards to expand it, and then on the driver's side, the gear has to go up to expand it. Now we're just gonna kinda, I find it easiest just to kind of tap it with the hammer. I like to go until it like doesn't fit on the rotor and then back it off like 1 turn or 2 turns. Not able to push it on there, as you can see. This is not going on there really. It's like locked. So this is probably okay, but it would probably rub. So we're gonna back it off 1 turn, just so it's not like a lot of resistance. It's kind of hard to turn. And it's definitely pretty hard to pull off. So those things are way too close to there. So we're gonna back it off just 1 notch. So now we're gonna plop this guy back on there. Goes on pretty nicely. Spins pretty easily. So this side is all done. It's really that simple, guys. Now we're gonna go ahead and do the other side, and then we are all set. Little teaser for you guys. Don't forget to check out the Patreon page, guys. You will help support this channel, and I've been doing some detailed updates on this car on there, so go check it out. Link in the description. This kid has his permit now. Happy birthday, Lucas. All right, guys, so I gotta go get Lucas a gift for his birthday, because it's his birthday today. So yeah, I'm gonna get him his gift, and then we're gonna go get some lunch or whatever for his birthday. And then we're gonna head over to Corvettes West, change out some tires, flip my front tires, and have some fun. So these are showing a lot of camera wear, so we're just gonna flip them. So this side's gonna be on the inside, just because I have a lot of camera on the front. So it wears down pretty bad right here. So we're just gonna flip those so we can maximize the life of these tires. Bruh, Thomas just took my door and I don't know where he put it. I don't even know where he is. Where'd my door go? I found my door, guys. Just chilling back here. Haha. Very funny, Thomas. spot. Yep, handbrake works amazing. Feels a lot better to pull this than that grimy old pull-up bar that I had. I think the golf cart has more steering angle. He's not at full lock, but that thing's pretty nasty, guys. See how my tires are doing. Yeah, they're pretty much done. Cold start, go. All right, hang on. I started it.